What's up, baby? It's your boy Don 4, and we are so live, and this is Savygents. Go ahead, Alex, make some noise.
Yo, what up? What up? Yo, another episode. Fucking coming in strong. We're building up a nice repertoire of fucking episodes. Check them all out, motherfuckers.
Yeah, we're gonna keep on going, and you can only, fuck mothers sometimes, not all the times.
That's a different fucking topic, my guy.
So I know, but that's not our topic for today. Quick rundown, what we got going on is we got some stories about behavior, and we have a nice quote of the day for you, like that, how we go ahead and maneuver and keep you guys entertained right there. So, I'm going to give it to Al. He can go ahead and tell you what the topic is for today.
Alright, so you already touched on that topic a little bit, steal my thunder once again.
Barely.
My guy over here.
I just said behavior.
You gotta intros, whatever, what's next, dude?
You gotta explain what type of behavior we're talking about.
Alright, so to elaborate on what's already been said,
barely.
If you're listening.
Okay, barely.
We're gonna be talking about bad behaviors today. If you watched our dating do's and don'ts on fucking IG, we have it all across our story. It's basically a lot of behaviors that we notice out in the field, right? Some of this guy have been going out for a long ass fucking time, and it's just some of the shit we've noticed, either from shit we've done personally, we just didn't know to act earlier on in our earlier days, but guess what we fucking learned, right? Or it's someone else we noticed just out and about, like, what the fuck you doing, my guy? But it's not my boy, so it's not my job to correct.
Yeah, you just let him fall.
This is where we're correcting you. If you're listening to our podcast and you don't know how to act, or you're still learning, or you just want some helpful tips, any category you fall in, we are for you, okay? We're here for you. We're here to help you out. Slide into our DMs, whatever. Ask us a fucking question. You're worried about some shit, how to approach something. We'll gladly help you out. We'll make some time. We'll take some time out of our day. Consultation. Maybe we'll send you an invoice afterwards. But today we're talking about bad behaviors. So I guess number one would start with is just it all comes down to the question of figuring out how into someone you're pursuing is into you, right? How much do they fucking like you? That's the question we're always fucking asking ourselves. Whether you're a girl or guy, does she like me? Does he like me? Whatever the fuck, right? You're trying to figure out how much they fucking like you, right? So in early days, the early game, right? You're fucking, maybe you're off an app, maybe you met him in person. It's you're playing this fucking game of just how much is too much, how much is too little, And it's just all about how you react, of how this is gonna progress. Sometimes people just aren't feeling shit. You might have done all the right steps and they just weren't fucking feeling you at all. You know what I mean? Sometimes you might have fucking overdone it, been a little bit too eager. But it's all just about feeling it out, right? So it's understanding, right? If a girl's into you, she'll respond to you, based off her cadence that's already been established. So for example, if you meet someone off an app, you meet someone out, and you have a cadence is all right, we're not on top of each other, we're not texting all the fucking time, and we're texting probably every couple hours. That's cool. You know what I mean? You got that fucking cadence established, right? But if all of a sudden she fucking starts fucking with that cadence, right, that cadence has been established, again, this is probably over a couple of weeks, maybe not even over a couple of weeks, maybe a week, fuck it, right? But if she starts fucking changing that shit up, maybe she's not feeling you, maybe she's considering another option, right? So the idea here is just fucking not to overwhelm yourself, right? You're a single guy and she's a fucking single girl, right? So it's understanding bro, you're not gonna blow her shit up. If she's not responding how you want her to respond to, maybe send that second text. There's always a negative connotation with double text, but sometimes it's that double text gives you the confirmation whether how interested or not are they into you.
No, that's
that was
good.
fucking English.
That's
are they into you or not? You know what I mean? That's basically what I'm trying to say, right? So if you're just all right, you have this cadence, she doesn't hit you back, maybe she's super fucking busy, wait a couple hours, send her a text, right? And if she's still fucking not responding, or doesn't even give you a heads up even later in the day, or just oh my bad, I was super fucking busy. If she doesn't even say that means she's not really considerate of your time, and she's not really fucking feeling it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta dead it, honestly.
No, exactly. So
you never want to be that guy who seems to come off as eager, or who seems insecure, and you're consistently blowing up her phone because it's you and 10 other dudes always Bing, how you doing? Bing, how you Bing. Trust me, it's going on, and what we are here to tell you is stop that shit. That's it.
Yeah, basically
stop it.
It's bro, just think about it, dude. Just because you put 2 weeks into it, you're not entitled to shit. Like number one, okay. So let's make that very clear. We're not trying to create a sense of fucking entitlement. We're just trying to give you advice about like how interested someone really fucking is, and you know. So like the bad behavior is just fucking like you're going all in on this one fucking opportunity here, and you're forgetting about everything else. You're forgetting the basics, the fundamentals.
Exactly.
You're blowing this girl up, and like she's clearly not interested. Like if she fucking send that second text, right? You're doing the confirmation text. She doesn't fucking respond to that. Let it fucking go. Let it be. She's not interested. And if she comes back, you kind of know who you're dealing with, right? She's inconsistent. She's flaky. She's dealing with something else, you know? Maybe not even, like, she's fake or whatever. Like, maybe she's dealing with something personal, right?
Yeah, no, just go for the throat, dude.
Yeah, I'm going for, like, one of the heavy ones. But, like,
just go for the throat.
She could have a valid reason. Maybe she's just not feeling it and it's early in the game. You have a right to fucking just exit out, too. All right? Like, let's not mix that shit up, though. You know, it's just, like, it's understanding from our point of view as a guy. It's just like, okay, if she's not feeling me, just let it go.
Yeah,
that's the bottom line.
You just gotta let it go. You gotta understand, like, online dating is currently, due to COVID, is currently where most people are meeting new people. So it's fucking Russian roulette on. Like, you'll be deaded for something so easily. Like, you don't even have to, you know what I mean? Like, a typo could dead you straight up.
Yeah, the typo.
A typo, you're fucking deaded. Oh, I don't like the way you responded, and your grammar's not there. I don't want to talk to you. That's it. Doesn't matter. You never met her. You never got her number from the app. You never transitioned it from the app to your actual phone. You're deaded, and it's that simple. It's that quick. So if you're shooting online shots, you have to be at 100% A game. There's no room for error, no room for anything. You really have to focus and make sure it's a legitimate shot, because in person is different. Like, he's given some good tips of how not to act and bad behavior online. I'm probably gonna follow up with some bad behavior in person. Let's say you do everything correct on the website, whatever dating app you're using, you finally get this girl comfortable enough to meet you out in a public place, which is awesome. Cool. Now, you get to the date. Oh gosh. I've seen some rules go out the fucking window. As soon as you get to the date, showed up late. I've done that.
Yeah, like go, especially on the first date. Like,
I've done that.
It's like you gotta find a girl. Again, it's like all about finding a girl out, right? Some girls are like not that stringent on time, but on the first fucking date, you gotta show up on time. At least on the first date. Like after that, she's just like, you know what, like I'm generally late. I'm pretty lax with that, like going with the flow. You know, like, cause some girls are just like, yo, like obviously if you're going to a fucking like concert or have like a show,
exactly,
you gotta be on fucking time, right? But some girls are also at the same time, they're just like, okay, like we're within 5-10 minutes. Like it's cool, you know. And plus you're maybe at that point where it's like you've been on a couple of dates and you have that cadence. But initially, as he's saying, fucking like you want to be on fucking time until you have that established where it's just like, okay, like we're just fucking slow moving people. We're cool, but we're already together anyway. So it's like if we're late, you know.
No, oh my gosh, I would say just try to be on time, period.
Yeah, 100%. Just
second and third.
Forget
it
about
doesn't matter. If you can consistently be on time and let's say she's dating other guys, that little just, oh, this guy's always on time, you've boosted yourself. Simple shit. And I'm telling you, like, I've been deaded for being 10 to 15 minutes late.
Yeah, dude.
It's true. Like, my Uber driver got lost or some shit, and the girl was out there waiting, and women don't.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't want.
I mean, I showed up smooth, fresh as shit, but you know that's what she told me at the end. She said everything was great, but you're just a little late. And I was just like, well, yeah, Uber driver. I mean, which wasn't my fault, but fuck, it doesn't matter. In their head, that doesn't matter.
Don't give a fuck. It's
no,
like,
you're
wasting my time, basically.
Not only that, it takes women longer to get ready. So if you can't beat her there, like, you're already fucking up.
Yeah,
you're already fucking up. And but that's number one. Please be on time. Be respectful. Respect each other's time. It's very important. Next fucking thing. I cannot drive this issue home. Pay the fucking tab.
Yeah.
Please, just fucking.
Hold on. Oh, I got something to add to this.
No, go ahead, get into it. We really want to drive this one home. If you're considered yourself a gentleman in any type of way, even like 1% jump, pay the fucking tab. Don't offer to split it. Don't, none of this. You do take care of the tip. Now I've seen some, I'll take care of the tab. You take care of the, don't do that dumb shit either. Just pay the fucking tab, pay the tip. Alright, just do it. First date, definitely. I'd say the first 3 dates, pay the fucking tab, no questions.
No, 100%.
Straight up.
100%. And like, here's the thing, dude. Girls will play this they'll give it like a little bit of a shit test. Like, all girls have a little bit of different shit tests, right? So they'll play this game, which is like, some girls will put out their pocketbook as you're about to pay it, and it's like, oh, I got it, and it's like, no, you gotta be firm with that shit. Don't even like. I get like, yeah, we're all like moving forward as a society, and it's like we're all about like, yo, women can take care of themselves. They fucking can. 100%.
Of course, independent women are out there. 100%.
Yeah, but there's still a such thing as called being chivalrous, right?
Exactly.
If the girl's really fucking insistent, like she's doing that, and maybe that doesn't line up with your values of how like you would like to treat someone, maybe that's not the option for you, right? But in most cases, like you'll play that game a little bit. She's like, no, I got it. And you're like, no, I fucking got it. And you pay for that shit because honestly, it's like. Even if they pay for it, like you're gonna take a fucking. Most of the girls will take a fucking note of that, and they're like, "Oh, this guy didn't even offer to fucking pay, or even like he didn't pay for it." Even if you let them pay for half, even though they said it, that's not what they really fucking mean. They're just like, "Is this guy really gonna let me fucking pay?" You know, like I'm asking out of a courtesy. You know what I mean?
I 100% agree with him. It's a shit test. If a girl, she's sitting across the table from you, the bill comes, and she offers to pay, it's a shit test. You don't let that girl pay. First 3 dates, you know. And that's just being fair. Maybe she might be one of those girls who actually like, you know, I'll go half on you, but that's cool. Once the relationship gets established, if you're still seeing this individual and you guys are hooking up and she offers to pay for something, that's different. But like, if you're just meeting her off an app, or like even if you met her in person, like your first 3 dates standard, you should be paying for that tab, no matter what it is, no matter, you know, how much it is, because you fucking offered to take her out, right? Isn't that how it works? You know?
Yeah, but here's the thing though too about it. Here's a caveat, right? After about like 3 days, if she's not even fucking like being serious about paying, like that's another issue in itself, right? As a gentleman or as a dude, you gotta address that. You gotta be like, hey, look, like, I enjoy hanging out with you, I enjoy taking you out, but like, we're at that point where we're starting to know each other. Like we're starting to get more into like the thick of things. Like, I think it would be appropriate if you covered the sometimes, you know?
So you would sit her down about that?
Like if like she was just like really insistent about like, yo, I'm not paying or whatever, like, and she just like, the point of what I'm trying to make is just like, don't let them fucking like cut it short. I'll cut it shorter.
Go no.
Don't let them fucking like take advantage of the fact that you don't pay. Like if she's not fucking offering and be like very strongly insistent after like 3 dates of like, yo, I'm gonna pay or whatever, then basically she's just fucking mooching on you, my guy.
Okay, so alright, so let me get this straight. So you want the girl to offer to pay, but you know you're not gonna let her pay.
No, that's not what I'm saying, bro. You're confusing our viewers. Alright, so that's what I'm saying.
I'm not confused.
Alright, so here's what I'm saying. You're going on 3 dates.
Go ahead.
You're insisting that you're paying no matter what, right?
Yeah.
After 3 days, you have a level of comfortability. Whether you're hooking up or not, it's irrelevant.
Okay.
Right? But now, say you're going on the 4th date out or whatever, right? If the girl's not fucking strongly insistent about paying on a 4th date, there's something up. It's like a situation that you have created of where there's this expectation that you're gonna cover fucking everything every fucking time.
I've been in that situation
and
before.
You need to have that fucking addressed, obviously appropriately, not rudely or disrespectfully. Let's add that all in mind. What I'm saying is like, you'll sit them down and say, hey, look, like I enjoy taking you out, enjoy doing these things, but like you, I got a lot of bills and other things I gotta take care of personally. I'd appreciate if sometimes you'd pick up the tab or at least cover some half of it. You know what I mean?
Offer to pay some portion.
Like it's like you gotta have a balance. Like we're in a modern era where it's like fucking we're somewhat traditional a little bit. We're so fucking modern a little bit. We're coming out of the more traditional, going away from that shit.
It really depends on the girl's like how she was raised, honestly.
Yeah, cause like some will fucking like be like, yo, they expect you to cover that every fucking time, and you need to fucking address that shit, right?
There's so many different types of personalities that I've personally had experiences with. I've been with women who they're not paying a tab. They don't do that. They don't believe they should ever pay. I've been.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
And then I've been with girls, but those girls actually had the money. Then I've been with some girls who actually didn't have the money, so she couldn't like paying wasn't an option for her.
If she doesn't have the fucking money, she shouldn't be going out. She shouldn't be dating you.
But you know, she looked good at the time to me. Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, so let's talk about a little bit more. Like, so you want to say Taz fucking paid. All right, so you fucking showed up on time.
Yeah.
You guys had a great date, great conversation.
Yes.
Right, the vibe's good. Like, it's always like a little bit awkward on the first date. Let's not fucking lie about it. It always is. But I feel like you're like, you know what? Like this girl, like even through the awkwardness, you're just like, you know what? Like we have a vibe here. You know what I mean?
You gotta fight through the awkwardness, baby.
Yeah, you fight that shit.
Fight it.
You pick up the bill. You done playing that fucking game. Next is like you want to walk the girl. She has a car. You want to walk her to the car. If she has a lift, make sure you wait for the fucking lift to get there before she leaves. I have a story about it, but it's kind of fucking like a nuts story, honestly.
Wait for the lift. Yes, the lift is a very interesting. I don't think too many people actually touch about this. What is proper lift etiquette or Uber etiquette? After your date, okay, you showed up on time. You didn't fucking embarrass yourself on the date. You guys had a good conversation. Tab comes, you take care of it, no questions. Now, she's leaving, you're leaving. Most people Lyft and Uber these days, they don't want a DUI. I understand that.
We do understand that. Very thoroughly.
We understand that.
Shout out to A-Rock.
Shout out, baby. I'm not coming back. Anyway, so now...
we need a counseling class, go to A-Rock. Off of Page Avenue.
Stop. I think they moved on.
10640. Page Avenue.
I don't know why you remember that. Alright, stop. So, after the date. Now, who waits for the lift first? What you want to do is make sure the girl gets to her lift first. You don't want to just fucking call your lift before hers.
Or at the same time. Don't do it at the same time.
Exactly. No, yeah. You don't want to call your lift before hers, and then your lift comes and she's just standing out there in the fucking cold or whatever by herself. Women don't like being by themselves when they're fucking on meeting a new person. It's a thing. But you want to make sure that her lift comes first. You know, like
it's a sense of security. Dude.
Exactly.
Like, you don't want to feel safe. You want to feel secure.
Exactly. And you eyeball the driver like, hey, motherfucker. You make sure it's scan home. You know, and then most drivers are cool. And then. It's very simple because I've heard some stories where like the lift came fucking before and then the dude just left and then the girl was texting her right after like, why the fuck would you leave me out here in the corner? Like some shit like that.
Bro, like, I got a fucking story, right? There's a lot of points I can pick at. You can go at me a little bit, you can go at the girl a little bit. There's a couple things to address.
Well, what do you got?
Alright, so I got a story. It was a first date, right? So like I barely know this girl. I'm just getting to know her, honestly. But like, so we did the whole bill game. She played that one pretty fucking. She was pretty insistent on paying it. But
did you let her pay?
But I was like, nah. She didn't. Like I was like, okay, cool. Like I already know this fucking trick.
Check box. Good job.
Right?
Go ahead.
But then we got to the lift, and like, the thing that fucked me up though is like, as we're walking, she's like, I was like, oh, I'll wait for you. I'll wait for your lift or whatever. Like not a problem.
Okay.
And she's like, no, order yours. And I'm like, no, I'll wait for you. And she's like, no, order yours. Like she did that, we did that game fucking 3 times, and I was like, yo, this is fucking like, it was a different situation that I've never fucking been in, where we're playing a fucking lift game. Like what the fuck? Like, this is like about safety and wanting to make sure you get home safe. It's like, but when you say that to a guy, like you're like, no, you don't have to wait like 3 times. Like you're just like, do you want me to fucking be there?
You're just like, all right, well, fuck.
Like I guess you don't really fucking want me to be there.
I'll just fucking go home.
Yeah. So it created this fucking scenario where it's like we just told you what not to do. So I had my head fucked up a little bit, and I was just like, you know what, like my lift's here. And I took my lift and I just fucking left, right? And she was fucking waiting there. Her lift got there fucking 30 minutes later. It was a shit show. And then she was texting whatever. She was like, oh, it's good, but like until like that lift shit. And I was like, and she told me about that shit before too. But I was like, the thing I could have done if I was if I was thinking in my head, I could have been like, yo, hop on my lift, or we'll just fucking drop you off, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I could have done.
Also a move.
But on her part though, the shit I'm making out about the game was completely unnecessary and like a step beyond about like what normal people would expect, right? It's like, but I think back about like shit she was telling me earlier is just about like, she had like abandonment type issues. I'm not judging on it, but like I'm saying like maybe that played into the fact of like seeing if I'd fucking stay.
She had abandonment
like actually like she, like her real family wasn't like really part of her life.
Oh, that's fucked up.
And like she was just, her friends were basically her family, or her friends' families were her family. Like that was like earlier on. I mean, still good vibe. Everything was cool. Like I didn't really see like that much as really like of an issue. But then I thought about it more into like the lift guy, where it's just like, why are you playing with a game with a lift, right?
That's honestly nuts.
Yeah.
It was honestly another shit test for you. That's what it was.
I mean, it was
probably your last shit test too.
See, but the thing was, is like what she did though after that fact though is like she did this shit where she wasn't gonna respond to me for like 3 days, and then she commented on the story. Cause like I followed up with her obviously, and I was like, "Yo, I'm so sorry about that. I didn't realize that was gonna happen." I took full accountability. It's just like, regardless of what the fuck went down that night, I was just like, I felt bad because it's like, dude, like shouldn't be waiting in the fucking like outside or whatever. It wasn't really like, I think it was like summertime, so it wasn't even really fucking cold, and it was like fucking in Georgetown, whatever. Exactly. But like, so it wasn't like anywhere fucking crazy to begin with, but it was just like she was doing a fucking weird ass game with the fucking lift that I've never experienced in my life. So like as a new kid, like a newer cat to like take that experience,
It's
like
new.
and I was just like, what the fuck? And then like even on this, like I convinced her, like she did this shit. It's like she waited a couple of days, responded to me, and then we got our date set up. She was like, oh, we'll make up, just don't leave me again. And then we're having a good date. We're joking about that shit, whatever, blah blah. And what do you know? When we get outside again, she plays that same fucking game. She's like, oh, don't wait. And I'm just like, I keep looking at her. I'm just like, I say it straight up, like firmly. I was like again with the check shit. I'm like, no, I'm waiting. And like she asked again, and she's like, no, you don't gotta wait. I was like, no, I'm waiting. Because I was like, I wasn't gonna let that shit happen again. I was like, dude, like, and then like she fucking like, but then at that point I just like I kind of lost interest. I was like, bro, this is just too much of a fucking like test, fucking game, whatever, fuck, you know. And it's like she goes in and she's like, oh, you're gonna walk me across the street now. Like so eventually I convinced her to wait for her, and then she's like, oh, you're gonna walk me across the street. And I'm like, I just kind of look at her. I'm just like, dude, like I saw there was like a median, whatever. You gotta walk across the median because like that's where her lift was. I just like looked at her, and I was like, dude, what the fuck, you know? And like she goes in for like a kiss, like, and like I kind of just like, nah, you know what I mean?
You swerved it?
Like not in like tension, but the first time she fucking swerved me, so it was like
Payback.
It was like it wasn't necessarily payback, you know. But I was just like, dude,
You
like,
liked it.
I was like, why are you playing this? Why are you playing the same exact fucking shit you did last? So like, here's this. Let's summarize this real quick. All right. So the point is just like, you're not really gonna be in a situation where you have a crazy one like that, a type of game like that. Like, that's
could be. It's possible.
It could be. But if you are, just put your fucking foot down. Like even if it's just awkward or whatever, and like you're standing there. At least you did your fucking part as a gentleman, and at least waited, and then after that you don't text him ever again. Like that's bullshit, honestly. but like that's just the point of it. It's just like the story of just like understanding that shit. Like most people are not gonna play that bullshit of a game, but now you're aware of like it could come up.
It could happen.
Like it's like I never experienced someone playing a fucking game without waiting for a lift, and then they did it on the second time after we acknowledged that it was an issue in the first time. Like how does that make any sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It really is. If I was in that situation, I wouldn't know what to do. Like, what? So you want me to wait or you don't want me to wait?
Yeah, because it's fucking with my head as a guy. Like, as a girl, like, I get fucking like the whole situation. Just like, all right, maybe you weren't feeling a guy. Like, no, you don't have to wait, right? But it's like, I guess as a girl and a guy, it's all about the communication, right? So if the girl's not feeling it, just take a step back a little bit and just like, hey, it's, like I understand, but like. Just something conscious. It's like, yo, like I want to make sure you get home safe. Like, it's cool, like whatever you're feeling, like it's cool. I get it. I don't stand by you. That's cool. I just want to make sure you get home safe. Like that's all you gotta like establish. Like, yo, look, my main priority is like you get home safe. Like
exactly.
Like I'm not like we don't have to talk right here. We don't have to sit right here. I just want to make sure you get home safe.
Exactly.
Bottom line. So let's fast forward to a second date. Let's talk about what we're gonna do for a second date. Dating do's and don'ts for a second date. I mean, how are we doing on our fucking time right now?
We're good. Let's see. We got
Don't say it out loud.
I know. I'm just
say
double check.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one though.
Exactly. It is. We're gonna take a break shortly. It's interesting, but real quick, just to finish off the night. After you don't show up on time, after you don't embarrass yourself on the date, after you pay for the tab. You guys walk outside, and then you wait for her lift, right? Once you get home, make sure you send her a good night text, which is also very important, to make sure she got home safely, because vice versa, like, if you're spending time with somebody, you want to make sure, whatever, they both get home safely. That's perfectly what you're supposed to do to have a good first date, I would say. You should be in position for a second one shortly after that. As long as you know how to act, you should be good. You have anything to add on that before we take a quick break?
Yeah, I'd kind of like to pick up after the break a little bit, go a little bit more into like at least go to second date. We don't have to go up much further than a second date. Just dating do's and don'ts for a second date. Because I think the second date is also the first one's crucial because it's like. You're figuring out like you want to see this person again, but if you make it past the second date, you're pretty much fucking in there. So I'd like to go through a second date and then go from there.
But we're coming in with the second date and the quote of the day. In a second.
Right.
Yep, you know what time it is, and we're back from the break. How you doing? Once again, Don 4 and Big Al. You got some energy now. That's good. We're about to pick right back off where we left off at the second date. If you want to go ahead, elaborate on that a little bit more. This is dating do's and don't, how to act, bad behavior for gentlemen. We're just giving you the tips, what not to do and what you should do to make sure your first and second date go smoothly. Right back at you.
Yeah, so like we said, we just gave you a complete overview of the first date. I even gave you a crazy ass example, but be persistently a gentleman. I think that's the key, right?
Exactly.
On the first date.
Yep.
The first date is all about the gentleman behavior. You pick up the check, you fucking be on time.
Exactly.
And then you fucking wait for the lift. No matter what. Even if she's insistent or not, you just step to the side. Just, if she's not feeling it, cool, not a problem. Just step over to the side. Or even tell her straight up. Just say, hey, look, like, I want to make sure you come safe.
Exactly.
And leave it at that. And then don't hit her up again.
Take that gentleman initiative.
100%. So that's the first date. All about the gentleman initiative, right? So now we're talking about the second date. The second date is almost more critical than the first, right?
The jitters are out. You actually met the individual. She's not a catfish. She's a real person. You got vibed enough to at least have a second date. And now your next moves are very crucial to see if this works out or not. So go ahead and let them know. Go ahead and let them know what they might get themselves into on that second date.
So like I said, the second date is very critical, right? So there's two ways you can fucking play the second date. And again, this is all about vibe, right? And just being situationally aware, right? Like, you can either invite the girl over your house, or you can schedule out another date.
Of course.
And just roll with the flow.
Yeah.
Right? See, the thing about the first option, right? If you're gonna invite a girl over a house, it's bold. Make sure you sound very confident when you're asking it. If you have a little bit of hesitancy, or you're not as confident, the girl's gonna be like, what the fuck's going on?
If you're hesitant, you're dead.
You're dead. You're dead. Just be like, yo. And have a reason for her to come over. Not just to come over because it's like, if you just say come over, she's like, oh, this guy just wants the pussy. And that's fucking it. You know?
Don't do that. Netflix and chill, that's dead.
That's dead. You offer to make that girl dinner. You talk about like, and of course you've already brought this up on a date.
Of course.
You'd be like, yo, I'm actually a real cook. Like, maybe I could cook for you sometime.
Exactly.
Right? Put the idea like out there in her head and see how she reacts to it. If she's very respectful of that, she's like, no, I really would like it. And like, you'll know if she's really fucking about it. If she brings it up out of the blue, you just having a conversation the next week after the first date. She's like, oh, when am I gonna hear about this cooking? And I was like, there's your fucking in right there. Or even if she doesn't do that, but she just initially receptive of it, like, you can throw that fucking shot out. You know, just like, yo, how about you come over from my house? I'll make you dinner. I'll make you whatever like recipe I was talking about. For me, I'm an Italian guy. I make stuffed shells. I make ziti. I have about 10 different recipes I can pull out that are perfected. And make sure you fucking made this recipe before and it came out good. Like, it's edible. Like, you did your friends, family. Don't be fucking trying out something new.
Yeah, don't be trying something new for the first time thinking it's cute.
Use all the keys.
You're gonna botch it and then it's gonna have terrible food and you're gonna end up ordering something and you're gonna look like a guy.
I mean, like, you can do it, like, it could be fun, but it's like how you own the botch. If you straight up botch it, like, it's more risky, right? If you botch it, like, now you're making that impression. Like, this guy, does he really know how to fucking cook? Or he's just throwing it out to get me to come over here, you know? And then you're ordering food. I mean, like, you can come back on that, but it's like, don't make something you haven't made.
Yeah,
Let's just think that. Keep it
simple. Make your fucking specialty if you have one.
Make it you made it already 10 fucking times.
Exactly.
Every single time it's come out well. And it's been made on an oven with those ingredients from that store, you know, all those details.
And also send her pictures. Like, if you cook and she's not around and you are trying to get her to come over, send her, like, take a picture, like, yeah, I just made that.
Hype it up a little.
Yeah, hype it. Like, yeah, I just cooked this is dinner for
see how
tonight.
she responds to that. She's feeling it, she'll be like, oh, that looks so good, you know, like, she'll give you, like, an emoji or some shit.
Exactly.
Like, oh, that looks good. Like, look at the language in the text. You gotta analyze this shit.
Exactly, analyze the text. Or if you want to be nuts, this is what you just order food and put it in your container, and then you.
Alright, this guy's talking about scheming ass shit. We're
you order the food, you put it in your container.
Have you done that before or no?
No, I haven't.
Do not be putting that advice out to the people. Like, I repeat, don't do that shit.
Don't do it. But it's funny. I can actually cook, but I could imagine some guy who's ordering food. Take it out of the to-go container, put it in her plates, have it ready for the girl comes over. This is so good.
This guy, you definitely have thought about this. We told you not to do that.
I've never done it, but it would be hilarious to. I actually cook. I think I'm a pretty decent cook, but it's been an idea, you know. I've thought.
I mean, I'll give him some credit. So initially, when he first started off, he's just like,
"Oh, geez,
you want some food?
Let's not do this. Let's not do this,
bro."
He's gonna. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. If it makes you feel better, yeah, sure.
I mean, it's not even about making me feel better. If you don't want to share, I won't share.
You can share. It's fine.
All right, so I got permission. Everyone sees that legally. I got permission to share this, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
So initially, like, there's nothing wrong with what he was doing, but it was just like the basic shit. He's like, I'm just making pasta. You just throw red sauce and a tomato sauce. I was like, bro, like, how do you eat the same fucking thing every night? And I give a shit for it all the time. And then what happened? When you give someone shit, make sure it's constructive shit giving or shit talking, you know? Because eventually this guy went back to the kitchen and he started fucking around with some spices. And I'm like, I've had a lot of the new spices and the different sauces. He's been creative with the sauce. And like, I'm like, bro, this is good. Like, he's changing it out with pasta and rice. Yeah. He's giving us some more options where it's not just like fucking like, yo, what's that some pasta? And you're like, yo, guess what I'm cooking tonight? And I'm like, bro, I know, bro. You fucking Barella guy over here, like the fucking noodles, you know?
This guy thought I only had one recipe.
Because that's all he fucking made.
I was being lazy with the cooking at first. I'm gonna admit, I just wanted something quick. There's some days, some nights when you get out all the ingredients and you're gonna actually cook, and then there's just some nights that you're gonna half-ass it. He came over on most of the nights I was just half-assing it.
Multiple nights, though. That's I had like a fucking like catalog. It was like almost every single night I came over.
Do you remember all the meals I've cooked? No, there's definitely some rice dishes that I actually.
There was every once in a while. I was like, wait. I was like, what the fuck's this recipe?
See, all right, yeah, all right.
But you know, I guess that shows what you thought about me at the time.
I appreciate you. Thank you. It was constructive criticism.
Yeah, basically.
He wasn't just knocking me to knock me.
No, it was just like, bro, like, I know you do better. You know what I mean? That's what it was.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So moving on back to the subject, whatever. Just wanted to iterate that. It's just like,
the second day.
You were talking shit about me, bro. I made ramen noodles and shit. I was fucking making fucking chicken nuggets. Maybe not for dates and shit, but like, I was a lazy fuck too, and like eventually I got it together and started grabbing some recipes from mom and like learning how to do them right.
Exactly.
And practicing, right? So here's the conclusion.
Trial and error if you're cooking.
Make sure it's fucking been made right and
exactly
been by someone you fucking trust, like your boys. Like they'll tell you straight up if it tastes like shit, right? And they'll be like, yo, no, this is actually really fucking good.
I respect
or family members. The family members or friends will be the first ones to tell you like shit. They're waiting for that. They're like,
exactly.
Oh, it tastes like shit. Oh yeah, I get to tell them it tastes like shit because I'm this boy. I get their respect.
They get excited to crush you.
Yeah, but like make sure it tastes good, okay? And then set the date up and invite her over. And there's two. Now here's the other way, right? And then we're gonna go back to either way, the ending scenario, right? So here's the second option you do, right? So number one, you had a good vibe. You invite her over for dinner. You don't just invite her over. You invite her for dinner, and you invite her over to have something you've already made, and it's been certified fresh.
Exactly.
Tomatoes, whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking movie critics, whatever.
It's been good.
Yeah, it's been cooked. You know.
If she comes over to your house for the first time, please don't try to fuck her.
I mean, that's what I was going to get to later, because I was going to tie two parts together. You know what I mean? Like,
alright, not to jump the gun, but don't try to fuck her. You go ahead.
Alright, here's the second part, right? So, you went over for dinner, or you can just go out. You can make it a casual date, you can go out for dinner.
Go out again.
You can just go out for drinks. It doesn't matter. This is the second date, you had a good vibe. Whatever you fucking set up, it was casual, whatever, maybe it was a dinner, who fucking knows.
Once again, second date, pay the tab, write this shit down.
Pay the tab, right? So you go on a second date and you're just vibing, right? And now you're basically doing the shot that we talked earlier with the dinner, but you want to put this out just like you're having a good vibe, the flow's going, right? You sort of like, hey look, like I'm having a good time for you. Would you like to come over and like we hang out for a little bit more? Just leave it like that, keep it chill. Don't add anything fucking more. Don't over-explain yourself.
You guys are vibing, give her the option. If she wants to come out back to your spot, hang out for a little bit, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, keep it simple, don't over-explain it. Just like, hey, would you like to come back and hang out a little bit more? You know what I mean? I'm enjoying this vibe, I'm enjoying this. Let's keep on going with the flow.
That's what you gotta do.
Simple shit. She's like, yeah, alright, and you bring her back. And then maybe you have, like, always, here's another thing. When you bring her back, make sure there's some shit in your fridge for you guys to fucking drink. Or in your wine cabinet for a fucking bottle of water. You don't want her to come back and you're just like, oh.
Exactly, dude.
Like, you want to get the vibe fucking going.
You're giving them all the fucking dimes. Yes.
With the music, you want to have music.
Music. You want to have drinks. You want to make sure you have a stocked fridge. You want to have drinks, maybe some snacks, maybe some chips and salsa. Just real light. If you guys already had dinner, you don't want to eat again. You know, chips and salsa. Maybe.
I mean, that's an optional one.
It's optional.
And your place needs to be fucking clean.
Please clean up.
Before you even go on a date, your place should always be fucking clean because you never know what's fucking happen. Have everything organized, everything put away. Because when a girl comes back over and is a slob, it's like you're a dirty guy.
You're deaded.
You're not just dirty in the sense of your house. You're dirty in the sense of who you are as an individual.
Then you're deaded.
You're deaded, right?
We talk about being prepared for every scenario.
Every scenario.
Every scenario.
Like you'll get a new one every once in a while, like the fucking lift opportunity I came across.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's like at the same time, it's like there's ways I could have maneuvered now that I fucking been through that situation. You know.
Dude, I've had some times where the date went well, right? And it was the girl who said, "Hey, let's go back to your spot." And I'm like, "Wait, what?"
It gets you off guard, but you
I'm like, "Wait, what?" She's like, "Yeah, you live closer, so let's just go back to your spot and hang out for a little bit." I was just like, I'm thinking, well, my spot is totally not ready for anybody to come the fuck back, but shit, what do you do in that situation?
I mean, you can smooth it over, just like, hey, look, like, I wasn't really, like, expecting, like, any company tonight, like, I'm sorry, my place is a mess. Just put that disclosure out before you even get there.
Yeah,
so set an expectation.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
See, learning how to act is key.
Oh, yeah, 100%. So, what I had to do is I had to think on my feet. So, I had to go.
What the fuck?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Think on my feet.
I thought you said it had to stink up my feet.
Oh my gosh. No, think. THINK.
Okay, sorry. The headphones, I got a little weird.
Yeah, it's okay. You've been drinking.
It's not even that, my guy.
He's a drunk guy. Anyways.
You sound drunk all the time.
I sound drunk all the time.
We'll create a fucking poll.
Okay. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine sounding drunk all the time.
Don't roll your eyes back though.
Anyways, whatever. My eyes don't roll back. I brought this girl who wanted to come check out my spots, see how I was living. I brought her back. My place wasn't ready. I had to think on my feet, so I needed to get some drinks on the way here. And then she comes over, and it wasn't as clean as it should have been because I think I had some people over the night before. There was still like some cups and shit, like hanging out, and I should have cleaned that shit up, and I didn't. And she walks in, and she's just like, "Oh yeah, it's cool. I kind of have to go. I wasn't ready. So what? I was deaded. Very simple. True stories. It happens. You gotta be ready for every fucking scenario.
That's the bottom line. It's like, and if you fucking weren't ready that time, you better fucking be ready the next time.
Exactly. The next time will come, but that's the thing. Like, you don't understand. The little things go a long way. If fucking, let's say if she's coming back, she thinks you're really cool, and cleanliness to her is a big, part of her life. She would want it to be a big part of your life too. And first impressions matter. First in-person impressions and first living experience impressions, I would say, are probably key to how the relationship goes. If you live in a pigsty, then you're not gonna fucking.
That says everything about you. It's like you don't care, and it's like the add on top of that, right? Presentation, right? It's how you dressing, right? You're gonna if it's a new date or whatever, and like you're just starting to get into it. Come clean, come correct. Like have your hair cut, have your beard shaped up. Don't be looking scruffy as fuck. Maybe when you get a little bit more into it and you feel like you had that boundaries established, where it's just like, no, like I'm into you, like I like you, I still find you attractive, even if like a little scruff or whatever. Like I'm not saying fucking forgo everything and fucking forget it and just fucking put on 20 pounds or whatever. Like keep doing that shit, obviously, but like it's not as prudent that you fucking like or like 100% on the fucking T, like of like the smaller shit, like shaving or whatever.
Yeah.
But going back to our fucking shit that we're talking about, we jumped around a little bit. Sorry about that. But going back, right? So we have the two scenarios. They verge all back at the same endpoint, right? So whether you invited her over directly for dinner, or you went out for drinks, or you went out for dinner, or whatever. The vibe's great, and you invite her back, or maybe she fucking just suggests it, whatever, right? Well, you're in and out back at your house, and because you know how to act, your place is fucking clean, right? So now here's the next steps about it, right? So you bring her back, and this whole situation is about, it's another fucking test, right? It's about fucking, again, not being over you. You brought a girl back to your house. It's because she's feeling comfortable enough with you that she feels like she's not gonna be pressured to do some crazy shit, anal or whatever, I'm just saying crazy shit out here, but she doesn't feel like she's gonna be pressured to do anything that she doesn't want to do. She feels comfortable enough with you, and she trusts you that she's gonna come over. So respect that shit, right? So if she comes over, just be fucking chill, have a couple drinks, go with the vibe, and just see where it fucking goes. Don't even try to fucking have your goal be fucking my end goal is to get fucking laid, because you're probably not gonna get fucking laid.
Yeah,
right?
no. The best thing you can do in a situation like that is just chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out and see where it goes.
100%. It's like, even if the girl fucking jumps on you and jumps off, like, let that be cool. You know?
Exactly.
It's all about fucking being cool in any situation.
Never initiate it. Never initiate it.
Don't even initiate it. Let her fucking initiate. You could, like, you can give her some kisses and stuff. You can initiate that shit. But where it goes from, like, the kisses and making out or whatever, like, that's fucking, like, kind of up to her. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, if it goes beyond, like, making out, like, it's really up to a girl. Like, guys, like, I guess kind of forget that. They feel entitled. It's just like, oh, I took you on one date. I paid for a second date. Maybe I get pussy on the second date. Oh, I brought you back to my house. Maybe I get pussy. But, like, you're creating this false fucking sense of reality where it's like, now it's like, dude, like, if a girl trusts you not to come over to your fucking house, it's because she's trusting you not to pull some fucking creepy ass shit or fucking overeager shit, you know?
Exactly. You gotta
she's like, I'm feeling this, and if she's fucking ready to jump your bones and she grabs your dick or whatever, like, then proceed, you know? But, like, otherwise, just fucking sit there and be fucking chill.
Yeah, just chill.
And ride it out, like. And anyways, a little tip too is like, doing that shit will make the girl want it so much more anyways. You know what I mean? Like, it fucking helps you out in the long run.
It's so potent.
Just don't be short-term minded.
People don't know. You're gonna be like, months later, you're gonna see this. You're gonna be like, wow, why didn't I fucking watch this earlier?
This was a great fucking episode.
It is, but that's okay. You're gonna have to catch up, and you know, we still got more shit to come. We haven't even. This is just the tip. You know, it's the fucking surface. It's nothing. We can always dive deeper, but other than that, yeah, you made good points on second dates. Like just he said, just to reiterate and summarize, second dates can go two ways. Either she comes back to your spot, you cook her something, or you gotta meet her out and the vibes are good and she comes back to your spot as well. The main key on this fucking statement or segment of this part is, if she comes back to your spot, fucking chill, don't be a creep, you know, she trusts you enough to come over and hang out with you, so you just gotta be off some chill shit, you know, and it's never up to you as a dude. All you can do is just provide security to let her know that she's safe, and the rest is up to her.
Yeah, and
that's what I'd say.
Here's the third part, right? So we talked about two different scenarios where the girl comes back. Here's the third one, right?
Yeah.
So say you take the girl out on a second date, or we'll go over both rejections, right? So the first one is just like, you basically let her over, and she's like no, like, I don't know, like, she, like, you can tell, like, she's not, like, comfortable.
Yeah, she's not comfortable.
Don't push that shit. Just let it be. Just like, you know, it's okay. Like, I completely understand. Like,
100%.
I respect that. How we go out and sit, right? That's how you do that, and you see how that date goes. Like, maybe she wasn't comfortable with that. You wait until, like, another date before you invite her over again.
Exactly.
For dates, right? And here's the other one, right? Maybe you go out and the vibe's so good or whatever, and you ask her to come over, and she's like, no, I don't feel comfortable again. Fucking cool and calm and poised. Don't fucking push that shit. Just like, you know what, like, it's okay, I really had a good time if you was hang out again, like, it's cool, like you want to pick the place next time, that's cool too, like, any input, like, I'm happy to go with it, you know, like, I really
take your time, your time, patience, persistence will probably get you a lot longer, it'll go way further than, oh, I'm some horny, eager guy who's just fucking looking for the next girl. I don't fucking know, dude.
And here's the thing that adds to it. It's like yeah, you can like some, like, if you want to get your nut off, like, you can just beat your meat, yeah, sure, you just masturbate, right? Or like, if you really want it, like, you just go out to fucking, like, I'm sure you go to any bar like Clarendon right now, they don't really have rules, so I'm not gonna call you out by name. But if you want to bring someone home on the first night, I'm sure you can find someone like that, and you can accomplish that goal.
Yeah.
But like, the long-term game, like, works in a sense of, like, you're gonna develop the vibe. It's not even a sense of, like, maybe I'm gonna see this, like, as a serious thing or long-term. It's not even about that. It's just like, you're finding, like, some type of connection with someone, whether it be for the short term or for the long term, and like, it makes things a little bit more enjoyable because it's like, it's almost like at least a friend at the time, right? And then maybe it goes into something more than a friend, or maybe it's just like, you know what, we don't want to even proceed with this any further, right?
Exactly.
But it's just like, you're being interested in somebody else, you're catching a different type of vibe and a new perspective to share on life, and along the way, hopefully you're learning a lot of fucking lessons. Maybe it doesn't work out, or maybe it does work out. Either way, you're learning the fucking lessons.
Exactly. I'm gonna go ahead and give this quick little sum up, and that lets you hit them with the quote of the day.
Sounds good, bro.
Basically, when you're doing long term, like he said, it's called long term game, or like you're not planning a hook up with the girl anytime soon. You're talking to her and really getting to know her, figuring out exactly what you're looking for. No pressure is the best pressure. That's what I'd like to say on that one. No pressure is the best pressure, and You can take that how you want to. I think it's very good advice. You know, it's helped me in the past, will help me in the future. It's pretty solid. Other than that, I'm about ready to wrap this up. I know Big Al's got a quote of the day for us.
Cool. Yeah, so just one little statement to add on to no pressure is the best pressure. Why it almost creates pressure, like, ironically, is that they're now asking questions. So like, why is he not being so pushy? Why is he not being so eager?
Exactly.
They're like, some might over fucking think it and look behind the point of you just being a fucking gentleman, you know? Like, that's a possibility in itself too. But at the end of the day, just pat yourself on the back, you fucking learn how to act, you know?
When you can get to that point in your mentality, you understand that it's okay to just be chill.
It's like, you just gotta be like cool with, like, you know, if this doesn't go well, that's fine. If this goes well, I'm excited, and I'm like excited.
Exactly.
You're lowering your expectations and you're matching it to what the vibe and how things are going versus where things could be. Cause that's the issue. Fucking like, this is another fucking episode basically where it's just like expectations are just like, people get so fucking far ahead of themselves. So like they're looking where this could go than instead of where it's going.
Exactly. And then they create like false deadlines in their head that
enjoy the fucking moment with the flow, you know?
False deadlines that they're trying to meet that don't exist, but you know, they're thinking, all right, so it's a third date, so she needs to give me some pussy now. This doesn't work like that, buddy. I'm sorry.
There's no fucking like everyone has this fucking rule in their head. Like we have it, it's been programmed in our head, but we've gotten away from this shit.
Yeah.
We taught ourselves to get away from this shit. It's like, don't be programmed to think like, oh, the first date I expect this, the second date I expect this, the third date I expect this.
Yep.
Basically, it's fucking figuring out the fucking vibe and matching the fucking vibe. If she's feeling you go with it. Maybe you step a little bit forward and you see how she reacts. Like, obviously I'm not saying fucking like do anything without permission or consent. It's fucking not like that, right?
Of course.
You take a little bit of initiative. We'll say you take a little bit of initiative, and if she's just like she doesn't fuck with that initiative, you take a step back. If she fucks with that initiative, you take another step forward. Just keep on taking steps until you get to the point where you guys go for where you guys want to be. And that's a wrap on that. Quote of the day.
Quote of the day. Yeah. No false deadlines. It's discipline. It really is. It's discipline. You want to find yourself, and then she'll come to you. Real simple.
So this kind of really, like, I didn't realize this quote was gonna tie us so well into what the fuck we talked about today. So this could apply to fucking anything, but we're mostly covering dating. If you want to, this guy needs to relax. But,
What? They can't see me, and they can't see me on the podcast for the camera.
Huh?
Never mind.
I can't see you. You're
on the podcast. No, that's a video, but the podcast they can't see me. So
you're talking about an audio recording.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
On the video images that we're putting up, they will see you.
That's fine. I know.
So I don't understand what the.
Can you just hit him with the quote? Jeez,
I don't understand
like that. If I had a bottle that was empty, anyways.
I mean, it should have been cracked in your head.
Anyways,
I'll send you a cookie.
Anyway.
I'll send you some cookies. Alright, now that I established I'm gonna send some down some fucking cookies, chocolate chip, big ones. Here's a quote of the day.
Quote of the day, let's get it.
If you want to go big, stop thinking small.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bro, it's even like we talked about the dating, right? You're thinking about this at night, right? You're thinking about getting your fucking, that little squirrel over here digging under the fucking ground.
Yeah,
springtime.
Not all about getting your nut. It's actually about getting to know the individual and seeing if you guys are compatible. That's definitely way more important than getting a nut. So,
because if you play a show, like, you eventually will get that nut. That's the fucking thing, you know?
It's so, I know it sounds backwards and fucking baffling, but I kid you not, it's the shit works.
Whether you're going out and just fucking nut out, if you play a show and you're just like, you know what, like, alright, obviously you gotta take some initiative to even be in that position, right? You gotta like talk to people.
Exactly.
You get rejected a couple of times, or 100 times, or 1,000 times.
But it shouldn't bother you.
No, it shouldn't bother you, but you should be like patient about it. Just like, you know what, like, she's not feeling me, cool. Next. She's not feeling me, cool, next. It's right now I'm looking at the long term game, right? You're going a couple of days, she's not feeling me, cool, next. Or she's not feeling it as much as I thought, but she's still interested, dial back. You know, that's what the fuck it's all about, you know? Thinking about the big fucking picture rather than just fucking immediate satisfaction. I can master this fucking down, and I can get satisfaction, not in terms of just fucking sexual, but in that fucking emotional availability too, right? You have that emotional connection, that fucking vibe. So now if you play the fucking show, guess what you got now? You got fucking the sex, right? It should be fucking more amazing, Because the vibe's fucking great.
Yeah.
And even if you're not having sex, you have someone that's cool and cares about you and is fucking there and
Exactly.
vibing with you and looking out for you, like almost like another best fucking friend, you know?
And you compare all of that to a nut for the night. Think about it.
I mean, not for the night's cool. Like you can wink it off if you want it, but like, or you can go out and find someone maybe. Like if you play chill, but if you didn't play the chill, you're not getting shit.
Exactly. No, but like from a nut for the night is down there. But having somebody who cares for you, who's compatible, and you have your nut, like come on, it's no brainer.
Think long term.
Exactly.
Short term.
Think long term. Anyways, that's about it. We're gonna wrap it up with that brilliant quote. Let's SGC this, and then it's time for you to do what you do best.
I'm gonna put this out of the way, dude. Put that out of the way, bro.
You got it.
Let's get serious here, dude.
All right.
SGC.
All right, man. Go ahead and end this off.
Just kidding!
That, my friend, is SGC approved.